Lesson 12仮定法 Part 6 wish を使った仮定法 Hello everyone, this is Katsutoshi Aihara. Let's start today's lesson. Today's lesson goals are: Number 1, you will be able to understand wish sentences with impossible present reality and impossible past reality. Number 2, you will be able to speak sentences with that structure. And number 3, you will be able to write sentences using that structure. Now, let's begin. First, please look at this poster. There are 3 blue areas, and you can fill in the same phrase. What is it? Can you guess? Yes, the answer is stay home. During the Golden Week, usually people go to a lot of different places to relax, to spend time with family, or to have fun. But this year, the situation is a lot different. A lot of people are trying to stay home to fight against coronavirus. Usually, I personally want to go to many places during the Golden Week. And since I'm living in佐世保City, I can go to Bosch. At this time of the season, the flowers and buildings are beautiful and the foods are great, and it is a great place to spend the days off. But this year, situation's a lot different. So I can say a sentence something like this. I wish I went to Bosch during Golden Week. Or, I wish I could go to Bosch during Golden Week. The situation behind this sentence is: I cannot go to Bosch during Golden Week. It is closed because of the coronavirus. This is 100% true, and the verbs used in this sentence are cannot go. In this sentence, the verb shows present. On the other hand, look at the first sentence. I wish I went to Bosch during Golden Week. The verbs are wish, went, or could go. In this type of sentence, you always have to use wish after the subject. And the next part, went or could go, you have to use the past verb or the past helping verb plus base form verb. This shows impossible reality. Let's take a look at some examples. Look at the conversation and please fill in the blanks. I'll give you some time, so please think of the answers. Now, let's take a look at the first one. A says, do you enjoy driving a school bus? And B says, not really. So B doesn't enjoy driving a school bus. The blank part is, I wish I drove a taxi. Look at the next one. A says, does Mr. Robinson enjoy being a teacher? And B says, not really. He an actor. So the answer is, he wishes he were an actor. So again, this is about impossible reality. So you don't say he was, but you have to say he were an actor. Okay, look at your worksheet. Following these examples, please practice from number 1 to number 5. Look at the next one. I wish I had studied more. Again, the situation behind this sentence is that I did not study very much, so I am regretting it now. This is a reality of the past. The verbs are did not study. This is in the past form. This is about the past reality. Look at the first sentence. The verbs are wish, had studied. In this case, again, you always have to use wish. And the followings are had plus past participle. This is another impossible past reality situation. Let's take a look at an example. A says, does Albert know his neighbors? B says, no, he doesn't. But he wishes he knew his neighbors. If he knew his neighbors, he wouldn't be so lonely. In this practice, B always have to say no at the beginning. And then you have to continue wish. Here it is he wishes, and you have to continue the next part. And then you have to say if he knew his neighbors, something like this. This is another example. A says, did Linda know how to get around the city when she moved here? Again, you have to say no at first. Then B says, no, she didn't. But she wishes she had known how to get around the city. If she had known how to get around the city, she wouldn't have been so confused. Again, the beginning is no, and the next part you have to continue the sentence using wish. The next sentence you have to begin with if, then finish the sentence. Look at number 1. A says, does Donald have a good memory? And you have to think of the following part, the B's line. Please think of the answer. Are you ready to answer? B always have to begin with no. So you can say, no, he doesn't. If he had a good memory, he wouldn't forget people's names all the time. Let's move on to the next one. Number 2. Did Sharon have her shopping list with her this morning? Then you have to continue the B's part. You ready to answer? The beginning is did Sharon, so you have to begin with no, she didn't. If she had had her shopping list with her this morning, she wouldn't have forgotten to buy eggs. That's the answer. Did you make it? Okay, after number 3, You have to work with your own worksheet, practice by yourself. Here are some points to consider. Number 1, don't write to fill in or write in at first. Please think by yourself, and then after that, please practice aloud. Number 2, practice many times so that you can be fluent. Number 3, only after you are fluent enough, please fill in your worksheet. Okay, I hope you studied a lot and learned a lot. This is the end of today's lesson. Thank you very much for your attention.